morning everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of The Difference Makers. Our interviewee today is Oria Massa. Thank you, Oria. I'm very sorry, I got a little confused. Oria Massa, who is going to tell us a little bit about herself. So, Oria,
yes.
What is the first thing, the most important thing that you'd like to tell us about yourself?
I believe that we need to learn what is happening around us in every sense of the word, into the education, into the religions, into the politics, so we can have a better world.
I see. And why, how have you come to that understanding?
I think it's through the experience that I had through lives, because it came to an understanding where we're all equal, but yet we are all so different. And we need to understand and respect everyone. And what I like to do is to unify the minds, meaning understanding how the other person thinks, how the other person is really living their world, and to accept that or help them. I believe it's education is the way to do it. The way to do it is to, let me step back a little bit. What I really like to do is, and this is one of the most difficult things, I think everybody would like to do that, is to unify. We all become one, to all work with one another. And the only way to do this is through education, understanding one another. I'm sure many people would like to do that. And the children of today, for example, we are the one that we are showing them the example. So I think it's up to the adults to create a better system so we can have a better future tomorrow. Again, is to make people understand. We have to start somewhere, and it's up to the people that they have been through life. They sort of know what needs to be done. And also we need to do more research. And then, because we understand a little bit more, we can accept what the children of today are going through, so we can teach the children, and then we can have a better future.
What kinds of things would you like to teach the children?
Okay, I've got an experience. My daughter, when she was doing year 11 and 12, for example, and she was going through the exams, I remember that I was helping her with the material that I've learned when I was doing elementary school. We had so many different subjects, and yet I still remember them today. So the way they were teaching in those days, it was so profound and so something that you can remember forever. Mm-hmm. Instead, today they've got a different approach. You've got to teach the child at a young age. Their mind is fresh. I believe, see, a child when, from the day that they were born until the age of 7, that is the time when actually you mold them. Without knowingly, they absorb so much that up to the age of 5, their brain is already being programmed 50%. Mm-hmm. By the time they're 7 or 8, they get programmed an extra 30% because they get introduced to teachers, peer pressure, and media. Media is very, very important. They've got a lot of things happening in the media today, which is all garbage. And we need to really reframe that, because our children of today are really glued and look at the box the majority of time. So we need to sort of, if they're going to do that, let's do it constructively.
I agree with you. Wonderful. Right. So how do you think these changes in education can be made?
Okay, again, we need to do some more research. I'm actually writing a book at the moment, which is sort of similar to what I have studied when I was back in Italy, very long time ago. And you have one book with all the different subjects. So it doesn't matter how many teachers you have. You can have one teacher in the primary school and teach all the subjects. Or we can have many teachers teaching each subject, but it's only in one book. So the children of today, they don't have to carry all that thing on their back. which is going to hurt their physical being. But nevertheless, all the exercises are there. And also we need to teach parents, we need to teach teachers to teach in a different manner. I've got some hints which I like to share one day, but yeah, through research it will be done. Worldwide, not just here in Australia.
Do you think that you can do this alone?
No way. Oh no, I wish. It's like having a
Wonder Woman?
Yep. Done.
Genie?
No way, no way, no way. This is something that I'm sure many people will agree with what I'm saying, but we need to unify. We got to be strong with the people that surround us, the people that they think the same. And then that's when you have got a body where you can rely on, people that are in high places that can help. It's not going to take a month or two. It can take up to a generation, if not two, to transform what I have in mind. I could be wrong. I hope I am wrong. But yes, it's going to take a long time to bring this kind of changes.
So you have a book in process,
yes.
And you certainly have some ideas. Right.
I like to share my vision with other people, is to learn the values that they have in their lives, because each one of us has got different values and which order they're in. So then we can bring a little bit more balance, so we can pass on those values to our children.
Right. So what is your next step towards your dream, your vision?
I've written a book called Know Thyself. It's not just a book, it's a program where you actually do some exercises and you're learning more about yourself. It is important to learn about yourself because all the answers are here, within you, and it depends what you have learned through your life, right? Whatever it's in here, it externalizes, it comes out. And this program it really makes you forgive and forget what has happened in the past and use the past constructively. And we all make mistakes. However, those mistakes are good because it can make you a better person. Some people, they think, oh, I've done wrong, oh, she did this, or he did that. You gotta pass that and you get the learnings from that and find out why that has happened. You know the story of Edison, you know, the guy that invented the light bulb. He made about 15,000 mistakes for him to get 5,000 inventions.
Right.
So there you go. And so is our lives as well. I do recommend this program, by the way, to children, to adults. It's very easy to follow. Exercises where you learn meditation, where you learn how to go within, to understand how you think, to grab the thought that you're thinking about it and change it for the better. Because attitude, it really described your altitude in life.
Very interesting mix there, having children learning with adults. Do you see that as part of education of the future?
That's the only way, because children do learn from adults. And the adult has to show example. And the child can only copy that. Because that's what we do. We become a role model for the child.
Do you think it's possible for adults to learn from children?
Yes, I believe so. But only the people that they want to change. I'm sure there are going to be people that are not going to agree with whatever I'm saying, but the majority are. So if the majority are going to willing, then I know that we're towards the right way of doing a good thing.
Reflecting on your own life, what would be your greatest achievement so far?
Oh, okay, I got a personal one, and I believe that was giving birth to my daughter. Not only just giving birth to my daughter, because by looking at my daughter now, I can actually see myself. I've seen what I went wrong or what I did right. She gave me 3 beautiful grandchildren, and because I reflected whatever I have to my daughter, I can actually see the reflection through the children through me, and I completed the cycle of our life, and I think that's the best thing that ever happened for me.
Well, I'd like to draw the interview to a close on that note, but thank you so much, Oria, for joining us today. And in this edition of The Difference Makers, we've been speaking to Oria Massa.